technology. We're a revolution in the making, a wind of change. Education is much more charming and intriguing than the temptations of distractions unnecessary. Our education policymakers must look into the problem to make a better system which is more practical and provides hands-on learning to the students. Who are we? The International Internship University is a virtual university with state-of-the-art curriculum, real-life industry exposure, amazing student attention, learning-oriented resources, and most of all, a commitment to make the world a better place. Why do we exist? We exist to fulfill the necessity of the bread earner. We exist to help underprivileged achieve their dreams. We exist to fuel aspirations and accessibility. We exist to provide everyone the luxury of being capable of changing the world. We really do exist to ignite young minds and make them the torchbearers of tomorrow. For a better future. For the legacy of everyone who's left us. For the hope of everyone who's yet to come, and for the growth of everyone who walks this beautiful planet. We invite you to join our world-class educational team and platform with an altruistic dedication to creating the future. The change is so big that it would potentially impact millions across the world. Millions of children and youth around the world cannot wait any longer. Please join us in our effort to create the virtual learning generation of Iiu. We're Iiu, we're change. Welcome to our world, a new tomorrow.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all respected dignitaries, dignified speakers, colleagues, and all the participants of conference present here from all around the globe. Welcome to this Iiu-Isdgc Conference 2021, organized by one and only International Internship University. I am Kaushiki Sondi, moderator for today's event. I am Educational Ambassador, International Internship University, Board of Advisor, Bharat University, Sri Venkateshwar College of Technology, National Council for News and Broadcasting, and National Vice President, Women Empowerment, All India Council for Human Rights, Liberties, and Social Justice, and more 10 organizations nationally and internationally. Well, to start this event, we pray to Lord Ganesha to make this event a great success, and we ask for his blessings so that not only this event, but we all accomplish our goals in our respective lives. So let's learn together, gather our strengths together, and let's pray together. We can play the video, please.
शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा
pure start to this event. I want to express my gratitude to have been given the opportunity to moderate this event and be a part of this historical ISDGC conference. What this is, I want to introduce dignified personalities now. I want to welcome our SDG committee members, trustee of IIU, co-founders of IIU, and our highly experienced speakers, and finally, our loving audience and all the participants. We all know about IIU, but do you know that who all are working behind and making the vision and mission of bringing the new era of education? Let's have a stage for all of them. SDG committee members, Dr. Piyush Pandit ji, co-founder and COO, the IIU, he is giving new meaning to education. Roshni Lal ji, trustee, the IIU. Mrs. Roshni Lal ji is lifetime trustee of SDP Global, social activist member of Australian Medical Board. Dr. Prachi Gaur, country director and president, training and development, India, the IIU. Nada Ratkovic, Croatia, Dr. Pratibha Mishra ji, India, Dr. Satnam Diop Chakra, co-founder, UK, IIU, Dr. Rabia Bhatia, India, Mona Angia, co-founder, IIU, Indonesia, Dr. Snigdha Kadam, India, Ruchi, India. Leadership, Mona Agni, Indonesia, co-founder, Dr. Satnam, United Kingdom, co-founder, vice president, honorary, degree council, Dr. Piyush Pandit ji, co-founder, chief operating officer, India, Mr. Jack William, co-founder and director, Humanity Affairs, Paris, France. Nadil Nabil, co-founder, Northwest Africa. Stephen V, Australia, co-founder. President Council members, Dr. Satnam, Vice President, Honorary Degree Council, United Kingdom. Dr. Piyush Pandit ji, co-founder, India. Mr. Jack William G, co-founder, Paris, France. I would like to ask you all, how are you feeling today? This is something, I just want to know about, like, how are you feeling today? Like, I can't be formal and just saying, okay, in something regular. I need to know that what are you feeling joining this conference and what are your feelings? So I need you all to be very great today. As a speaker, we would like to listen from you and have your views and, add something valuable to this conference today. I'm very excited, and with the same enthusiasm, I would like to talk about IIU something about. International Internship University is building a better and brighter future for all young learners and committed to provide better and virtual education to all young learners of the globe. IIU is a mentor for the conventional educational system by cutting down the additional cost and providing access to more than 10,000 courses and internship to their e-learners across 195 countries and 6 continents throughout the year, with over 150 offices around the world. International Internship University is united in our commitment to provide exclusively free education to all the children and to the youth of this world under the global hub. IIU has been associated and affiliated with the World Educational Organization, WOW, and collaboration with all the world's top universities and educational institutions through the platform of massive open online courses, that is MOOC, MOOC. IIU is providing various certificate, diploma, graduation, post-graduation diploma, post-graduation courses, and honorary doctorates. IIU has been received many awards as per international standards for their innovation, vision, creative ideas, research, white papers, publications, as well as national patents. Now, talking about SDGs, I would like to throw some light on them. Sustainable development is development that meets the need of present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. Thus, IIU invited all the interested stakeholders, innovative SDG leaders, schools, colleges, universities, organizations, government and non-government organizations for goal-wise deliverables. Today, we will be witnessing the ideas or knowledge delivered in different languages by experienced speakers, change makers, and will become a part of this historical conference showcasing the SDG goal aligned with 5 pillars. By the end, I'm very sure that we all will have many new competencies and tactics that we can put into action right away. One such conference, and indeed a boon to our society, is given by collaborative efforts of the co-founder of IIU, Dr. Iiu-Isdgc Panditji. Now, the motive we all gather here for our keynote speakers today, who will be sharing their ideas, views, techniques, ventures, and much more. I would like to give introductions of our highly experienced speakers now. Please be together, hold your hands, and welcome yourself to the stage. Yay! So let's have an inspiring speakers today, and we would like to welcome our first speaker, and she is Nirmala Devi Ji, Malaysia, Masters in Education, TESL, educator, SK St. Patrick, educator from Malaysia, teaching English language for 21 years. MIE expert, MIE master trainer, Flipgrid certified educator, committee leader, interested in using technology tool to engage leaders and educate learners in taking responsibilities toward United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Kaushaki Sondi. A great invitation. Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to convey my gratitude to Dr. Piyush Pandit, co-founder of IIU, Dr. Nada Ratkovic, Dr. Kalyani Rao, the head of SDGs, the board members, the team members, and dear educators from around the globe. May I share my screen, please? The host is
yes,
right.
Ms. Nirmal, you can.
Thank you, Dr. Nada. All right, thank you so much for the introduction about me. All right, as an overview, as we all know, we know a lot of facts and figures about SDG 13 and what is actually happening around us, around the globe. So I will not elaborate on that. So as we all know, from 1880 to 2012, average global temperature increased by 0.85 degrees Celsius. Oceans have warmed, the amounts of snow and ice have diminished, and sea level has risen. Global emission of carbon dioxide have increased by almost 50% since 1990. However, we are still able to use a wide array of technological measures and changes in our behavior to combat climate change. Okay, first of all, I would like to tell that I'm very new to these SDGs. I've been involving in these SDGs since 2 years, since last year. However, in our Malaysian curriculum from elementary school, from kindergarten, preschool up to elementary to high school and university levels, we have information we teach our students according to the syllabus, so related to environment. But then when I joined these global platforms since last year, I managed to learn a lot of information related to SDGs. So what I do is that in any activities I'm doing, whatever topics I'm teaching for my elementary school students who are 11 to 12 years old, I will actually embed the lessons with SDGs. So since I'm talking about SDG 13, so I will show what are the actions that I am actually doing in my school level before I talk about globally. Because for me, I need to cover my school students and my environment, my community members first before I talk about globally. Because there are a lot of things to be done in my own community, though many people are aware of climate change and other SDGs, but at root level, in school level, these are the actions that actually I'm doing with the help of educators from the English language panel and also the school. So first of all, the educators need to be informed about what are the SDGs about, and then the information related to SDG. They need to know what are the activities that can be carried out in order to educate our own students in our own setting. And then the students themselves need to be educated day by day in order to understand their roles in combating this climate action. And then the parents as well, since they are learning at home, so the parents' help is very much needed. And of course, the community is also involved. And I would like to thank IIU Satwa Global Project because recently they have organized this particular project, Global International Project, where the teacher from my school, Teacher Alice, and her 5 students joined this project, and they managed to win the Excellency Award. Thank you so much for that. So we are very thankful, and the students and the teacher concerned, they really work hard in order to plant many things and also to come up with innovative ideas in order to produce fertilizer. So which is also directly to SDG 2, but also indirectly related to SDG 13. At the same time, yearly, we will conduct this Go Green project during our environmental day that during this in April, where we conduct many activities for the students for them to learn what is actually going green in order to save the environment. So they learn a lot of information related to either by the researching themselves, by either researching in online to find out about SDG, how they can go green, what are the measures they can take in order to save the environment. So recycling will be involved, a lot of writing, it's related to writing an essay, and also planting. A lot of things we will teach the students during these projects. And so some of our plans, this is a project where we ask the students to plant plants around their house compound, and also in the school when the school was open. Okay, and then I also invite an educator from India, Mrs. Swati Bakshi from Funlish Language Learning School, where we actually teach the students say no to plastic bags in order to ask them to use the used t-shirt to make a tote bag for them to use for shopping in order to other than using the plastic bags. So we conducted 2 sessions together with Funlish and also Inspire Malaysia with our school students and also students around the neighborhood and also in our own community and around Malaysia to join venture with this project in order to learn about, saying no to plastic bags. And at the same time, we also get our students to get more information in order to save the earth. What are the measures they can take at home with their own family members in order to save the earth? So we give them a lot of exposures by joining global platforms like We All for Goals, and they manage to come up with posters, color the posters, and also they come up with ideas, concrete ideas on what are the ways they can actually save the earth. And then we do not want to only focus on asking them to do the coloring, thinking about what to do. So what we do is that we actually want them to take the action. So we get them to join with other global projects in order to plant more trees and also appreciate whatever surrounding them in terms of this planting. So as I said earlier, we get them to color, we get them to draw. So in order to understand the root concept of preserving the nature and also what are the ways they can do to help the environment. And we have, when the school was open, we have this recycling campaign. We launched the recycling campaign, and so many students were educated on recycling and their roles in combating, their roles in reducing the use of unused products. And also the students are taught how to recycle whatever that is available in their house so that they are able to make something out of nothing. Actually, they can use all these products. Instead of using plastic coin box, they were taught to make coin box. Rather than buying the coin box, they were taught to make coin box, and also taught them how to save money. And also they were taught how to use the used bottles, the glass bottles, how to use to make flower pots, to plant small plants and other things that can be used as accessories at home by using the used materials. And our students also take part in World Environment Day, as always, since last year, we have been taking part. So our students were actually educated in order to save the environment by planting, and also they managed to come up with their own remedies. For example, fertilizers. They produce their own zero costing fertilizers by using the eggshells, and also by using the coffee powder, like what I said earlier in the Satwa project. And also they took part in Tree Planting Day. Again, we really taught them how to, start planting at home in order to understand the problems where many trees are being chopped down. So to reduce the use of papers and all that. And also we take part in climate action projects since last year. So a lot of learning has been actually happening to our students, where they get to work in their groups in order to prepare PowerPoint presentations, to learn about climate action, and in order to present and to preserve the nature as well. And this is another project that we have taken part this year. Again, the same thing. Most importantly, because most of our students, what I notice is that, the educators, we notice is that the parents are the one actually planting the plants. When we interviewed some of our students, we noticed that the parents are the one doing the planting and all that. So this time, for the past 2 years, we are getting our students to go to their backyard, to touch the soil and to plant by themselves. So we have to educate them on and off, and then get them involved in many projects locally, globally, in order for them to know the benefits behind planting plants. So human activity is the main cause of climate change. So let us combat climate change together, and we need to find solutions in our own environment, in our own setting first, before we think globally. So this is my point of view, and these are the activities that I have been doing with my educators in the school and my students, and the journey will continue with SDGs. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you, Nirmala Deviji. That's a beautiful project, and I think everyone can do that project in their schools, in their home, with their students during COVID period. So I think this is a beautiful concept you have brought forward to the educators for us, and we will definitely take a better view from this and learn a lot from it. Thank you so much, Nirmala Deviji.
Thank you so much for the opportunity given to me.
Thank you. So moving to the next speaker of today's, Dr. Mona Nargolwala-ji, India, PhD Independent Consultant, SCR, and Sustainability, MS University of Baroda. 20 years experience in the field of social work, CSR, and HR education, research consulting and training, external evaluation and impact assessment of development projects, associate consultant and advisor to corporate, NGOs, government agencies, and development organizations. We welcome you, ma'am. The stage is yours. Do we have Mona ji with us?
No, I don't see her, but you can go to the next, so we will check later.
Definitely. So moving ahead, and let's Mona ji attach to us after certain time. So moving to the next speaker of today's session, Dr. Sagarika Roy Bhatia ji, India, PhD, MPhil, MBA, MA, MEd. Wow. Lead learning and academics, Roundgrass Sports Organization, Roundgrass Sports Designation, Lead Academic and Learning, Industries, Leading Academic, a dynamic, diligent and resourceful administrator with a successful record spanning higher education, primary, secondary, and special education, including senior leadership and school governance, along with research activity and subject expertise in language-related areas, with genuine interest in student social growth. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Kaushaki. Lovely. And good evening to all, good day to all. And I'm Dr. Sagarika Roy Bhatia. I'm happy to share this stage with all eminent speakers all around the globe. And thank you very much, Dr. Piyush and Dr. Rabia, for having me over on this platform. Thank you so much. Well, friends, we need to understand that India is an agrarian society, and 68.84% of the total population consists of rural population. Now, these low-income population, they bear the brunt of all the problems that are caused by the changing climate. Therefore, there is a great need for a pathway to develop sustainable and resilience to climate change. Well, friends, today, being a citizen of India and representing India on this particular forum, I would like to introduce all of you to most of the initiatives that India is taking with respect to the climate change crisis. So there are a lot of governmental and non-governmental organizations who are working relentlessly to facilitate low carbon rural development, educate business and political leaders, and engage local communities. Together, they are all working to move India towards a sustainable development pathway while alleviating poverty, minimizing greenhouse gas emissions, and delivering social, health, and environmental gains. To go ahead, 2/3 of India's population lives in rural area, as I informed, and they live on small farms with little or no access to electricity. This impacts the climate change such as drought and pollution, and it has a potential to devastate the lands that these rural farmers, they rely on for their livelihood. Now, 70% of the population uses stoves in the village. 70% of the population, they use stoves that burn firewood and dung, cow dung. These stoves release smoke into Indian homes, contributing to greenhouse gas pollution and putting the villagers at the risk of disease, including lung cancer and pneumonia. So the strategy is low carbon rural development, which can lift millions of people in India's countrywide out of poverty, while also addressing climate change and food and energy security. Now, there are few of the activities that I would like to bring forth to all of you all, taken by government and non-government bodies in a nutshell, due to paucity of time. Well, installing household and community biogas units to power clean burning methane stoves, replacing conventional wood burning stoves with more efficient ones, providing solar power lighting, promoting scientifically and economically sound climate smart farming techniques through use of information technology platforms like smartphone apps. The government has come up with a lot of smartphone apps which are being shared with the farmers for digitalized farming techniques. With build-up urban areas rapidly becoming heat islands, urban farmers are researching on ways to adopt measures to counteract the effect. There are improvements are being made in hydrometeorological systems for weather forecasting and the installation of flood warning systems to help people move out of harm's way before weather-related disaster strikes the nation. Now, they're also building codes to enforce and to ensure homes and infrastructure are not at the risk of climate-related disasters. A lot of investment is also being made in research and development for the development of drought-resistant crops to help reduce some of the negative impacts. So what are the measures taken? There is crop diversification, and there is more efficient use of water, and improved soil management practices are being researched on. Then the efficient use of groundwater resources are in the process, and people who are really using this groundwater resources, there is a lot of incentive given by the government to these farmers. Major investments in water storage capacity to benefit from increased river flowing in springs and compensate for lower flows later, they are all in progress. So a lot of investment is going into all of these. Coastal embankments are being built where necessary, and coastal regulation zone codes are being enforced very strictly here in India. All projects are being planned in taking into account all the climatic risks so that there is less wastage of revenue by the government. And then there is improvement in irrigation systems, water harvesting techniques, and more efficient agricultural water management are being worked upon to offset some of the climatic risks. Last but not the least, the regional cooperation on water issues is being promoted to avoid water conflict between all the regions. So these are few of the initiatives that we here at India are taking, and we are working very hard towards it. And we hope very soon we will be able to achieve all the UN SDGs, and it will be a stronger economy from an emerging economy, we will soon move towards a much stronger economy. So that is from me. I'm signing off. That's Dr. Sagarika Roy Bhatia with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bhatia. That was beautiful. You talked about digital farming technique, waste adoption improvement, hydro system, weather disaster, R&D, crops, groundwater, wow, and water storage and coastal regulation. So that was really amazing to know about. And definitely we got a lot of information today. So thank you so much. Moving to the next speaker of today's session, Richa Singh Ji, India. She is MBA, HR Marketing, founder, chairperson, Global Social Connect, head Futsal Initiatives, Delhi United Football Club, mentor, S Spa, India, football activist, president, Women Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, converser, Delhi Women's Committee for Delhi Football Association 2019-20. We welcome you, ma'am. Do we have Richa ma'am with us?
No, dear Kaushaki, we don't have her, but we will
Okay.
call Dr. Kusum Kanwar.
Definitely. Let's welcome Dr. Kusum ma'am to the stage. Do we have Kusum ma'am with us?
Yes, she is with us.
Yes, I'm there. Thank you.
Okay. So let's know about Dr. Kusum ma'am, India. She is a high school principal, early childhood educationist and school owner, multi-awardee, soft skill and mindfulness and mentor, founder, MD, KK Kids, learning system operating 200 kids, Kandavali. I'm so sorry. These are new places we are coming to know. That's about IIU, right? Okay, international and operated Lokhandwala Andheri School. She is educator, transformer. So please welcome you, ma'am. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kaushiki. Greetings and namaste from India to everyone. My sincere gratitude to the International Internship University, IIU, for organizing the first International Iiu-Isdgc 2021. Indeed, it's fantastic. Special thanks to the core committee. Gratitude, Dr. Nada, Dr. Rabia, for having me here today. Salutations to my co-speakers and appreciation for the magnificent moderator of this highly prestigious conference, Ms. Kaushiki. So that's on climate action, SDG 13, indeed a climate crisis that affects everyone in the world. Thus, living sustainability, transforming the world is imperative, as the topic is. So let's start with the facts. In fact, a lot is covered by Ms. Nirmala and Dr. Sagarika. So I think I'm going to just take that forward. So let's start with the facts. In simple, explicit terms, climate change is for real. It's happening, its impact already snarling up humanity's front doorstep, and we don't actually talk much about it. So we must start doing that, and will continue to intensify in all likelihood and severity in the future. The consequences from severe starvations, fiercer storms, heat waves, sea level rise, landslides excessively are now affecting vulnerable communities around the world. Most importantly, climate change is a direct threat to a child's ability to survive, grow, and thrive. Children who are the least responsible for this climate change, yet they will bear the greatest burden of its impact. And because I deal with children, so that's why I'm speaking about it. Extreme weather conditions, increase in frequency and ferocity are threatening children's lives and destroying infrastructure critical to their well-being. Thus, climate action is required to advocate SDG 13. Global efforts to slow climate change are promising, but insufficient. We may talk so much about it, but they are insufficient. The world must invest in adapting to already present impacts and adopt climate resilience, as resilience saves lives, reduces poverty, addresses underlying inequalities, and delivers strong economic returns. Building climate resilience cannot happen without climate adaptation or climate action by all of us. So why is climate resilience important for climate action? As resilience breaks the enormous task of climate change into locally manageable undertakings, such as reducing increased flood risks due to sea level rise or preparing agricultural markets for longer famines due to higher temperature. So what is an effective climate resilience plan? A plan rooted in the cultural and ecological assets of a given region, Now, it addresses the unique challenges of that region and facilitates meaningful participation among its residents. So all people ought to have information on the dangers of climate change, and media and platforms like these must emphasize and highlight this crisis more, as this is a global crisis and it affects everyone. Climate action as advocacy through schools, as Ms. Nirmala already pointed out so much about what schools can do. Colleges and communities, as communities, Dr. Sagarika also spoke about, local communities. So SDG can be and have some adopted, the same can be adopted in schools as a universal call to action. Protect the planet can always be the highlight in every school. Students can be informed and they can adopt projects like it's happening in Ms. Nirmala's school, to reach sustainable development goals, also spreading awareness and educating their friends, their families, the community at large by speaking out, engaging in summits and conferences, being covered by media on exploring the realities of SDGs and what it means, for them. Simple everyday action that are widely spread to promote sustainability. Example, turning off lights. I mean, this is what we do in schools, right? Take shorter showers. We keep talking about this. Bucket baths, resetting refrigerator, carpools, compost plant material, turn off your car engine when, idling for more than 10 minutes, and many more actions. Reduce, reuse, and recycle in that order. When you make your next purchase, ask the question, do I really need this? So climate change opportunities in small businesses and why it's pertinent to touch upon the MSMEs. In most developing economies, micro, small, and medium enterprises, that's the MSMEs, employ up to 78% of the population and account for approximately 29% of the national GDP. They can get products and services to promote and hard to reach populations. This market concentration and high level of employment means MSMEs are in good position to contribute to making vulnerable populations more climate resilient. We can definitely develop and use climate resilient goods and services that are affordable to vulnerable populations. Citing just a few examples here because of paucity of time, that have built climate resilience as a part of climate action in local communities. Now, at current solar solutions in Egypt, where water scarcity is increasingly, pressing issue, design solar-powered desalination systems for households and small businesses. Water Life produces clean, affordable drinking water for households in India that have problems with water contamination from flooding. Entrepreneurs in the informal settlements of Dakar, that's Senegal, are selling garbage and sand to households that want to heighten the basis of their homes to adapt to frequent flooding. An entrepreneur in Brazil designed solar lights from the water bottles, a low-cost, climate-friendly lighting option. Secondly, we can upgrade our current products to adapt to rapid changes in the climate. For example, a street vendor may start incorporating more drought-resistant flour, you can say, in his dishes. Small eateries may experiment with grains that grow well under increasingly dry conditions, like pearl millet. Closer home in India, businesses providing pit latrines in urban areas are making the holes deeper and building seats higher to prevent water contamination from increased flooding. The Indian government has been running a campaign called Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, that's Clean India Mission, since 2014. And we also drove this advocacy in my school. We received an outstanding award from the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change for conservation of greener environment and upholding Green India principles. So as I conclude, small businesses, entrepreneurs, all of us, in schools, we can engage with communities to build adaptive practices, educating households on actions they can take and items they can purchase to increase their resilience for climate action that can go a long way towards helping communities prepare for current and future climate change risks. National and international decision makers must recognize the important role every person can play in building more climate resilient societies and help unblock their potential through effective policies and practices. Indeed, strengthening the role that schools, higher educational institutes, universities, small businesses, and media houses can play in advocacy, leading to robust climate action, promoting living sustainability, transforming the world, each one of us together. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you, Dr. Kusum. That was brilliant to know about so many things: the sea level, increased weather condition, reduced poverty, inequalities, flood risk, preparing agriculture aspects, danger of climate change, turning of life, carpools. Wow, you talked about carpools. That is the basic thing we really need to know about. Solar powers, and of course, you talked about Egypt also, the problem we are facing, universal call to action, and school can adopt projects, which we have already know that the presentation was shown. That was awesome. And to reach sustainable development, these all things can be carried forward so that our mission and vision get associated. Thank you so much. So moving to the next speaker of today's session, Miss Vinita G. Nair, India, MSc in Chemistry Applied, B.Ed, Principal of Alfeen Public School, Kerala, passionate lifelong learner and been in the field of education for the past 20 years, have been integrated SDGs into a curriculum for the last 3 years and enjoyed making families and students and staff sustainable. Started a non-profit organization, Center for Research and Empowerment of Students and Teachers, to train teachers and to support underprivileged children in education. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kaushiki. I hope I'm audible to you.
Yes, ma'am, very much.
Esteemed dignitaries from all over the world and the dedicated team IIU, Namaste from India. We are here because we care, not just for today, but we care for the future, and we are passionate about it. The infernos in Western Canada with temperatures never before registered, the devastating storms in Europe too. We are shocked. We are horrified. Will we ever change our ways to avoid a looming climate catastrophe? I belong to India, whose civilization talks about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Yes, the earth as one single family. And I am from the God's own country, Kerala, where my forefathers used to conserve and protect biodiversity traditionally by conserving sacred groves attached to each home. But where are those groves now? As long as the mangroves, the sacred groves, and the wetlands are destroyed, all our efforts go in vain. So long as the Amazon's great forests are slashed and burnt, so long as the lands of indigenous people are allowed to be encroached upon, the climate goals will not be achieved. Simply put, if we don't protect nature, we can't protect ourselves. Being an educator who is passionate about nature, what can I do? Yes, I realize that I can do many things because the future generation, the young and active minds, are in my hands. It's high time. Every school must integrate SDGs into their curriculum. I have done it. Have you? Put in place the plans, the timetables to meet the goals. To execute the plans, you need a strong team to support. I have it. Build yours. Most important, sensitize the young minds. Let them be sensitive to the needs, to the interests, the concerns, the feelings, not simply of human beings, but of trees and plants, of animals and birds, of the air and the water bodies, of nature and of life at large. Mold them to be sensitive and empathetic. Let them treat even inanimate things with dignity, with respect. Let them pursue research in reforestation, like they research in other topics. Let them speak about life trees, birds, animals, the global issues. But how? Through very simple activities which we should start in schools from the childhood. My children developed a forest in school. They learned about indigenous trees which protect nature. They experienced the change in temperature once the trees started growing. They planted trees at home, gave them pet names, and added those trees to their friend list. They write letters to them. They share their feelings with them. Now, believe me, my children start crying if someone cut their branches. They learn to make toys from nature and kicked off their plastic toys. They composed and directed an anti-plastic anthem to inspire others to join their mission. Implement experiential learning in schools. Let them experience the richness of the indigenous communities and respect their knowledge, their history, their imagination, and learn how to save their heritage and their lands. Yeah, it's the fishermen of Kerala who became the unsung saviors of Kerala floods. Are we protecting them? Let them sensitize. So we need to instill this sensitivity towards nature, towards global issues in our young minds. Why? Because those who are sensitive towards nature, those who believe in science, should rule the world. And they will stand against the destruction of ecosystems. They will empathize with nature and they will feel the pain. We need them who are not greedy, because nature doesn't need people. People need nature to live in. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to speak. Thank you to my dear Dr. Kalyani Rao and the team IIU for inspiring me and all of us. Thank you for spreading this awareness all over the world. Let us walk together. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Vinita ji. That was a beautiful presentation. You talked about saving the heritage, attachment with ecosystem. That is something beautiful and filled with emotions. Young minds concerned for trees, plants, and nature, sensitive upbringing for nature, global issues awareness, and the pet names to the trees. That is so touchable, associating the nature with humanity. Thank you so much for joining today. Now, moving ahead, before we go ahead with the speakers, I would like to share a golden book of Earth that is respected, that is a book of awareness, that is a Wikipedia in itself. So the golden book of Earth will comprise the research, innovation, experience, stories, articles by the 101 great educators who have inspired the world. It will be the Wikipedia of knowledge. In these tough times of pandemic, educators all over the globe are putting in their best to provide education to every learner despite of various hurdles. It is the first golden book on the earth describing the expressions of the educators, which will make the history, will be published by international PR and research publication house IIU UK. It's a great opportunity for each one in the sector of education, the educators, principals, teachers, edu leaders, to express yourself. Be the change that you wish to see in the world by sending your nomination. Just grab the opportunity. Yay, grab the opportunity. Come on. And be one of the 101 great educators who have inspired the world. Last date of submission is 20th September 2021, and the decision of the reviewing committee will be final and irrevocable. Now let's welcome our next speaker, Mariana Enrique from Yugoslavia. So please welcome you, ma'am.
Kaushaki, I don't see her, but she will certainly she will join us.
Okay.
Maybe some, yes,
Definitely.
but you can go to our next Branka. Branka is here.
Branka, okay. We have Branka with us. Okay. So moving ahead with our next speaker, Miss Branka. She is a speaker for SDG 13. She's a postgraduate computer science, high school teacher, and she's working as a high school teacher over 18 years. Worked with 50 projects all over the world. British Council, Earth projects use an approach to mix mixture of all the subjects. Awarded the best teacher, West Banka, 13 European quality label projects entered the 100 best SDG influence in the world. Ambassador, T for country, ambassador, T for squad, T for social media, European, move to learn. Learn to move from European Commission, 4 awards, Microsoft, Tweet, Meet, twice global change. Wow, that's a long list. So we are very glad to have you with us. So please, the stage is your, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, please.
Can I share a screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Greetings from Serbia. I'm Branka Ranisavljević. I'm a high school teacher, maths of computer science, and I'm the SDG influencers of top 100 in the world and SDG ambassador. I work lots of SDG projects, not only climate action. I also I'm also in 10 for country ambassadors, squad and social media, and the global change makers on Microsoft. I do 50 projects. eTwinning usually project. eTwinning is platform for European, Asian, and little African schools. So we do lots of projects there about climate action. Also, I work on the climate action, the biggest project. I will talk about that today. My goal is to connect children with SDG 13. It is my favorite SDG, of course, SDG 4 and SDG 3 is also so close to me, but SDG 13 I start for that goal. I want to raise awareness and understanding of the impact of climate change and how to take steps to prevent it. So for me, it's very important that children from young age saw the problems about the climate change. So in the project, I work with kindergarten kids also because it is the better than we start so early. Usually do that through projects around the world, like founder, like participant, the facilitators. For me, it's the most important real practice. Real practice, how children really can do something for climate change and how we can preserve that. My target is 13.3, improve education, awareness raising in human institution, etc. And it is very important that they understand impact reduction early warning. So I don't, because we have only 5 minutes. First of all, project for school eco patrols. First, we do project about on the local. You know, we create students like eco patrols, and we get a green flag of school, so they can do everything in school what they want about climate change. For example, we collect papers, we invite a woman to see recycling things in the moment, how go that process and everything. It was a twinning process. It was a twinning project first on the local level. So after that, we spread on the European level. So that first steps is a twinning project back to nature. I was a founder there with my partner, and we want that students learn about fauna and the nature, and especially on the integrated species like rare plants and animals and in different countries. So we have a little connection for every country, and every country put their rare plants and integrated species. From Serbia, this is calling Pančićeva Morika. It is tree which is very, very rare, and it is very special. After that, we do another project, be part of the solution, not part of pollution, with my partner Mustafa Atli. And it is about the climate and the energy, how we can saving energy and efficiency. This is small picture. It is map picture to the cause of climate change. Cause of climate change, like for example, global warming, and on this mind map, it is a little small. On this mind map, students put what they think, what is the cause. There are all lots of projects. Every of these projects had a minimum 10 of schools from Europe and Asia. After that, we do in 2019 project World Weather Watch November, which is founder Hannah Abu Rashid. I was participant there because it is very interesting. It is a project which is go 2 or 3 years, and it collects data. You see, all participants who collect data weather at 2 noon on that difficult plane road in the National Education Week. 1 week, lots of schools. I think it was about 50 schools around the world collect and do comparison about changing weather. It was very important because of global warming. It is very just a move, very important. And after that, that was a European and Asian and little African project. We go to the biggest world project where I was the climate action facilitator for my country. It's calling a project Climate Action. A founder was Colin Timmers and Jennifer Williams. It will be start again 27 September. You see the numbers, it is very big numbers. It is 2,070,000 students, 142 countries, 1 nation. And in this project, students solving problems and taking real action. For example, the first year, we do with Plant Ed. Plant Ed is a site when you can put your trees. You know, you put whatever your trees, and that is very important to the children. They have some kind of connection with really tree, and I talk to them, you know, that is tree for you and always be in our backyard. And now they are 4th or 3rd year, and that is very nice to them because they have that connection with nature, directly connection. After that, in that project, also lots of schools create gardens in their schools. You see, in our school, we have a small garden, just little spices and little herbs, not so big, but in our backyard is not so big, but we also create it. And it is important that in that project, it's supported with WWF, NASA, Jane Goodall, Dalai Lama, and etc. And it is very important the student thinks what are causes and effects locally and globally. So they start from them and then they share for global. Also in that project, I work with the kindergarten kids because I was a facilitator. It was very interesting. I just tell a small story because lots of kindergartens teachers have wonderful ideas. For example, they create a small snowman and from ice, and then they took a hair dryer to melt it, and they melt it, and how that is how they show young children, really young children, how it is important global warming. That was a very nice idea. I was stunning. It was just put hair dryer and that's not melted. After that, last project was Rethink project, also by Colin Timmers, and the students explore and find solutions and share, for example, paper bags or plastic bags. This is a small film. I don't know if we have some time to open it. It is a small film about that.
Branka, you can open it, please.
Yeah. If I can, it is small. This is a small presentation of what my students do. It is funny, but just it is slowly internet, but I try. Here it is. My students do this. It is funny.
I think it will be open in some time.
Yeah, it is a little bit slowly.
Okay. Can we play it right now? I think there's some network issue, so the video is not able to play.
Yeah, I think so.
Can you try
I
it
think
once
so.
more?
Yeah, I will try again, but if you don't worry. It show difference. They find good things and the bad things about paper bags and plastic bags. Pros and cons of paper bags, and they do. It was very interesting to them because you see, they know that we need more. Yeah, this is debate about plastic and paper, and that is only one good presentation for my students. But they do lots of things. They blew in ICT connection with climate change. They do posters. They do really online boards, everything. They research lots about that. For me, it is very important that research and that awareness is very, yes. In our country, is still used plastic bags, which is not so good. You know, just start to use paper bags now and reusable bags. So they must know that it is not so good with plastic bags. We do that, you see, in Rating Plastic Weeks too, and it was very useful for us and for our students. That's it. Go back again. Oh, sorry. I think it's going.
You can just stop the screen. Yes.
Branka, we can do it. Please, you can put the link in the chat, okay?
Yes.
So everybody can watch it again. Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Branka. That was a beautiful presentation, and really love that you talked about how really children can do something for climate change, cause and effect, the plastic bag things you have told us, and the recycling and be part of solution project. That was really awesome. And the mind map, you show that collecting the data, creating garden, all these things were really beautiful. And thank you for showing the presentation. We would like to have the link in the chat box so all our viewers can have a view afterwards, because due to buffering, we are not able to access it possibly. And moving ahead with our next speaker of today's, that is Zenferino Mesquita de Almeida Timor-Leste, a philosophy student, Bachelor Instituto de Filosofia y de Teologia Fatomita. Do we have with us Zeferino? Do we have Zeferino with us today?
No, I don't see him.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much. And moving ahead with our next speaker of today's session, she is Sunita Rajiv Ji from India, BA, B.Ed, MA, certified teacher, trainer, certified child protection expert, SDG, Ambassador of School, Headmistress, Alcon International School. She was the first recipient of Teacher of Year Award 2012-13, instituted by the school. She has been a BCSA who has applied in integrating international dimension in school ethos. She is a certified climate reality leader, wow, who works for generating awareness among people about the need for climate action. She is a recipient of Geeta Raghavan Award. She has also received the Best English Teacher Award 2013-2014 award from ELTAI. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I'm very, very thankful to you and allow me to share my screen if you would do that. And here I am with my presentation. I think my screen is visible to everyone, is it?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, allow me to take it just on the right note so that I just start properly.
That's beautiful. Oh, if you want to, I would like to see that again, please.
Sure, yeah. This is for you, ma'am. So my pranam to everyone. And I am from Alcon International School. And I call my school a school within SDG soul. And if you test our blood, it'll be SDG positive. So that is what I think will sum up everything about my school. And I'm bringing my presentation. Allow me. I hope the screen is visible, my dear Kaushiki.
Yes, ma'am, very much.
Very nice. Thank you so much. So here am I to present my case for SDG 13, climate action. And before we begin, like Arjun, I would shoot my first arrow in the feet of my gurus. So Dr. Ashok Kumar Pandey, who brought the SDGs to our school, my principal, fountainhead of inspiration, and also Mr. Al Gore, who made me a climate reality leader like thousands in the world. So on that note, I'll begin my presentation. So there's a disclaimer first. We have had lots of talk about the good things which the government is doing and the need for alarm and everything. But if during my presentation you feel comfortable, uncomfortable, and if you feel disturbed by images, that is exactly what I want, because I'm here to use this prestigious forum to open the eyes of one and all. We are the ones who have completed 50 revolutions, maybe around the sun, and even more than that. But the world that belongs to the future, to the children, what are we doing with that world? I'm here to tell you about that. So this is the beautiful blue marble which was given to us by our Creator, the Almighty. The beautiful, most beautiful world, I think, that is one could always aspire to be. And what have we given to our children? We've given them a world where the soil is polluted, where the air is polluted, and where the water is polluted. And then it is also a wrecked world. And this is the work of us, all the adults. With our mindlessness and callousness, we have actually turned the earth into what? Just a sad, sad story. So do we want this life for our children? I'm here to ask this one pertinent question. Do we want our children to face the forest fires? Are we here to, just tell them, be on the shoulders of your neighbors so that you save your lives? Are we here to tell them that your mothers have given birth to you, but we do not know if you'll survive tomorrow or not? So the children are the least responsible for climate change, yet they will bear the greatest burden of its impact. And I, as an educator, feel most pain about it. My heart bleeds, and that's why all these uncomfortable images in front of you, but they are the truth. This is the first time a global generation of children will grow up in a world made far more dangerous and uncertain as a result of a changing climate and degraded environment, thanks to us. And then what future has in store for them? They don't know. Their mothers don't know. Their families don't know. The society doesn't know. We simply want them to just be alive and survive themselves. So we are the ones who have caused havoc to nature. We are the ones who have done it. And then what do? We seek answers from our children. And when we teach them in schools, we tell them, child, tell me how the pollution, what solution is there for pollution? But why have we given this world to them is the question. And we all know that the climate change is happening, but Why don't we do anything about it? So my co-partners in this conference will say, ma'am, enough is being done. But my one very simple fact which I brought here from Mr. George Marshall Climate Outreach Information Network. He says, what are threat indicators? We respond to threats that are visible. We don't respond to threats which are not visible. If there was a lion just in front of you, will run for your gun, leap behind the fire or maybe some cover, or maybe leap towards the ceiling fan to save your life. But what is happening in the ice caps? What is happening in the greenhouse gases? All that is actually invisible. And that's why maybe we are not waking up. Now, if you visit UNESCO, the simple one fact that will open your eyes is climate change is the other planetary crisis that won't wait. And children are going to be the worst sufferers, my dear friends. And this is what actually our Perita, the executive director, says, reimagine the future for every child. Look at the point number 5, address the climate crisis first. Now you will say, please teach it in school. My colleagues have been saying, we are doing that. I mean, every person who's sitting here is an SDGian to the core. We've done that. We're doing this work in school. We have taught them to make solar lamps. We have taught them to do campaigns. We have taught them to make paintings, posters, to make the people around them very, very sensitive towards their responsibility. And even the plastic threat, the life on land, life on water, life below water, everything. We are doing that, yes. Even our annual shows, if you see, are themed on these topics and these themes, right? But is that enough? Responsible consumption and all the other SDGs are actually needed, and we need to be acutely aware of these. And thanks to IIU that you have created a forum where the world now and the world in future is going to open its eyes and open its ears to listen to what people have to say in this conference. So, is that enough? Is my question again. What can I do? We have to work at 2 levels. Now, my worthy colleague said, work at your personal level, change your habits. Yes, start pulling your plug. It's not the grandfather in the family which is needed. It's a grandchild who has to tell, we have to charge your phone, remove the plug from there. You have to tell your mothers that, yes, remove the fridge from beside the oven or the electric stove, because then it is actually emitting lots of CO2 into the air. Cook with gas and don't push that bowl of rice into microwave oven. And even turn off the light. That is what is the need of the hour. And just for half a cup of water, don't use your kettle. Say no to plastic is a loud and clear message. In my Teacher's Day, I stopped my children from gifting pens because we found out 583 children had actually gifted, would you believe, more than 1,200 plastic pens, and all that in plastic wrappers, while a teacher needs only 2 or 3 pens in a year. And then we have to change our diet because natural and healthy foods don't come in Tetra Packs. Now my voice is, we have to raise our voices. We have to create a Greta Thunberg from each child that we are teaching. We have to raise our voices not simply by changing our habits, but for crying out to the societies, to the government, to the authorities that enough is enough. We have to change our ways, and we need some action from you. Terraces can be our gardens, and then water has to be saved. Every drop has to be saved. So climate reality is our responsibility. I've pained you enough. I've really pained you enough. On that note, I'll take you for a musical soothness, which I'm going to bring to you here in front of you just by sharing something. And allow me just one more time. And I'll just take one last minute to share in front of you my simple song, my anthem. And if you want, I can just sing 2 lines here. And
please sing. We would like to hear your voice. We don't need video. We need you.
Oh, sure. Why do we think that someone else will better our lives? Why do we wait for others when all of us can strive? Say no to plastic to make the oceans free. For people, planet, and prosperity. Oh, if you want to change the world, just follow the SDGs, and you can cure the Mother Earth and spread universal peace.
We love you, Sunita ji. We love you so much.
And I'm sending this anthem to all of you. Please use it everywhere. Teach to your children, but we all have to raise voices. Pranam to IIU, because this is a forum where we are raising our voice and we want to shake the conscience of society Each one has to take an action, and that too together. Thank you so much.
Definitely, Sunita ji. Please share the link in the chat box so we can have this anthem. And this is our goal today. So thank
And
you so
definitely,
much.
I am going to share it completely, the one which is in English, so that there's no language barrier. I'll send you
Yes,
both.
we need that universal thing because we are from around the world.
Thank you.
Right?
Nice
God bless
song.
you.
Nice song.
Yeah, nice song. Definitely.
Nice song.
Thank you so much, Sunita ji. You talked about the blue marble, the earth, a beautiful part the God has provided us. And yes, we are turning it very rightly in a wrong way. And the children are suffering and they will be at a biggest loss. Definitely, we should be very much aware about it. And you talked about the different aspect. We have never thought about it even that the cooking, cooking with gas. This is a simple thing we need to be aware about. Kitchen appliance. So we need to know about this. This is something that what a woman, working whole day in a kitchen, that too she is not aware of. So we need to know about it. Raising the voice and doing the organic farming. All these points are really different perspective. I have never thought about it, and you have brought them into, into our perspective, into our notions.
Letters written by children to all the shopkeepers not to litter the roads because it was their world. Everybody has to come into action because simply changing my lifestyle will not help. We have to change even the lifestyle of the society, and we have to shake their conscience.
We really need to listen to you more, but we are limited with time today. Definitely, we will have you again and know more about this. And thank you for sharing the beautiful song again. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm sending the link in the chat.
Yeah, definitely. I will keep it. Yeah,
thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now moving ahead, I would like to share a short video giving an insight about the courses that is offered by IIU and the mock technology used for the same. So can we have the video, please? From technical team, can we have the video, please?
What is education? Books? Classes? Teachers? Schools? No. Education is not that. It's beyond this. Education is a term that we have grown up listening to since we were kids. Right from the beginning of childhood till this very moment, we have been surrounded by education and its need and importance. A luxury for the rich. A necessity for the bread earner. A dream for the underprivileged. An aspiration for the suppressed. A distant reality for the inaccessible. The primary objective of education is to impart knowledge. Education also has its fair share in building the thinking capacity of people's minds. Hence, education supplies people with knowledge and facts and also encourages them to integrate that acquired knowledge into practical and professional lives via necessary training. Education thus also plays a primary role in supporting the economic, social and cultural sector of a country. It's a way to change the future today. The current education system can make people easy to lead, but difficult to drive, is either all academic, all physical, all virtual or all costly. Also, it makes easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. We cannot win over the future by sabotaging our present with extreme disparity. IIU takes great pride in saying that we're bridging the gaps in education system. We're not just academicians, but also practically oriented. We're not just limited to virtual classes, but also physical exposure. We do not dig a hole in the pockets of the students and their families. We're everything that traditional education hasn't been. Iiu has already implemented and promoting the MOOCs technology. When we talk about MOOCs technology, it stands for Massive, Open, Online Courses. The word massive is to be understood in the sense that 100,000 learners or more at the same time have open and equal opportunities to attend these courses. MOOCs are truly a tremendous technological leap, and what makes them so attractive is that they don't imply any cost to learners. Iiu has tied up with more than 100 universities to provide more than 10,000 courses to the students, free of cost, with the help of MOOCs technology. We're a revolution in the making, a wind of change. Education is much more charming and intriguing than the temptations of distractions unnecessary. Our education policymakers must look into the problem to make a better system which is more practical and provides hands-on learning to the students. Who are we? The International Internship University is a virtual university with state-of-the-art curriculum, real-life industry exposure, amazing student attention, learning-oriented resources, and most of all, a commitment to make the world a better place. Why do we exist? We exist to fulfill the necessity of the bread earner. We exist to help underprivileged achieve their dreams. We exist to fuel aspirations and accessibility. We exist to provide everyone the luxury of being capable of changing the world. We really do exist to ignite young minds and make them the torchbearers of tomorrow. For a better future. For the legacy of everyone who's left us. For the hope of everyone who's yet to come, and for the growth of everyone who walks this beautiful planet. We invite you to join our world-class educational team and platform with an altruistic dedication to creating the future. The change is so big that it would potentially impact millions across the world. Millions of children and youth around the world cannot wait any longer. Please join us in our effort to create the virtual learning generation of Iiu. We're Iiu, we're change. Welcome to our world, a new tomorrow.
Wow, that's Iiu, International Internship University, blended learning, no cost, 10,000 courses, free of cost. So thank you so much, Iiu, for providing us this platform today and forever. Now moving ahead with our next speaker, Picos Ed M. Morte, Ghana, Bachelor degree Educator, University of Cape Coast. So I think he would be playing the video because they have some network issue. So we can have the video, please. Can we have the video, please?
Kaushaki, let's do that at the end. He has 3 videos. Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, my name is Picos Morte, and I hope everyone is doing great. And I'd like to present on energy, sustainable energy. We all know we are dealing with sustainable development goals. And I've been a volunteer for the past 2 years with most solar companies. I volunteer and I go to the rural areas and I go and present on sustainable energy, or let me say affordable energy. When you come to Ghana, we usually depend on the hydro system or the hydro energy. So when we are depending on the hydro energy, there are a whole lot of factors to consider, which I would not like to delve into the industrial aspect. But we all know some of this industrial output causes climate change, and sometimes we who are dependent on it don't look at the disadvantages, but we focus on the advantages. Without electricity, or without cars, or without basic amenities, we will not be able to be living, or we will not be able to survive as human beings. And we need this equipment, or we need these tools which are being powered by energy to be able to make work easier or to be able to go about our daily discourse. As an energy engineer who goes around doing audits or teaching people or volunteering on teams to help people understand the essence of energy audits and the various forms of renewable energies, because people are not so inclined with the renewable energies. All they know is a part of renewable energies, which is the solar energy. And usually they tend to see the solar as the heat part. Rather, they don't focus on the light part until you explain to people that, oh, these cells are photovoltaic cells. That's when they get to know, oh, okay, we are dealing with not just heat, but we are dealing with electricity, or there are other forms of energy or other form of renewable energy. Yeah, we have exposed them to turbines, wind, tidal, and other forms of energy. But I feel moving forward, in order to stop climate change, we could also move to the geothermal part, because most of us in
I think we have some technical problems. So
moving forward, in order to stop climate change, we could also move to the geothermal part, because most of us in this Sahara Africa, we are into mining, and most of the time the mining industries tend to leave they tend to leave this they tend to leave their sites, where the mining sites, they tend to leave it just like that, and sometimes they try to close it to stop illegal miners from using it. But I feel those mining pits could generate thermal energy for the betterment of not just Africa but the world at large. We know some most of these top countries dependent on coal, and the coal is causing climate change. And we all know, yes, in trying to come up with these solar cells or these photovoltaic cells, or trying to come up with this element, there is some way there are some hazardous emission of gases into the atmosphere. But I find it to be more sustainable, because we'll be doing more good than harm. We taught some SHS kids about renewable energy, and right now they are manufacturing coal pot, and they are doing away with the charcoal and things that cause toxic, or that cause harmful substances to go into the atmosphere. So in moving forward, I would say we should rather be dependent on renewable energies, even though they have been the notion that the elements or this renewable energy element don't last for long, or they have a timeline. I believe we were told previously that oil or gases that are discovered would cease to exist in 50 years, but we have built on knowledge, and we have been able to sustain them. So I believe, as people who want to make people's life better, we should look for ways of sustaining this energy and material, and we should do away from things that will cause a whole lot of havoc. I went to Kumasi the other day, and even that's one of the greenest parts in Ghana. And even as at 12 in the afternoon, when the sun was.
thank you so much, Pikus Morteji from Ghana, and thank
were
you for
told
coming again.
previously.
Kaushaki, can we return little back because our speaker from Romania is waiting. She was before Picos, Opricon, Ermina, Carmen. She's here.
Okay. Okay. She was not. Okay. Okay. So we welcome Martina Villa G, Argentina, qualified teacher of English in Argentina, teach SDG ambassador.
No, Argentina, Romania. No, Argentina, Romania.
Okay, let me go back. Can we call her at the like after the another speaker, because I'm not able to find her. Okay, so please
Okay, I
welcome from
will.
Romania. Please welcome you, ma'am, on the stage. So please, the stage is yours. You can go ahead.
Hello everyone, all my respect to the wonderful speakers, moderators, and IIU team, and to all those present with us today. Climate change is a reality and urgent action is needed to limit its impact. Heat waves and weather events during the period again broke climate records, emphasizing the importance of adapting to climate change. If in the context of an unprecedented crisis of natural loss, we have a moral responsibility to preserve the diversity of life on Earth. Despite all efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, the global average temperature will continue to rise, generating a negative impact on anthropogenic and natural systems. Measures shall be taken to help reduce GHG emissions so that the maximum concentration of GHGs in the atmosphere does not exceed the level at which global warming can lead to irreversible changes in the climate system. Global warming has profound effects in a wide range of areas. It causes or will cause sea level to rise, climatic extremes, melting glacier, extinction of many species, and changes in the human health. In order to reduce CO2 emissions, it is recommended to use energy that are not based on combustion technologies such as solar energy, hydraulic energy, and wind energy. Importance why environmental activists are trying to reduce CO2 emissions by blaming those who choose to travel by air and by calling for restrictions on road traffic in city. A single tribute absorbs 9 tons of CO2 enough to cancel 56,000 kilometer journey by car. Deforestation of the forest continues. With the help of satellite images, Global Forest Watch calculated that 317 hectares of Romanian forest were lost due to logging between 2001 and 2017. This means the equivalent of 440 football fields. According to a study conducted by Greenpeace, Romania is cutting over 3 hectares of forest every hour. From the data information presented by Rom Silva, it results that an average of 41 hectares are exploited daily, a large part of which is represented by illegal logging. If we look at the problem of deforestation superficially and in terms of immediate but short-term benefits, the economic advantages resulting from the capitalization of woods for various purposes and the resulting free trades are obvious. Considerable profit can be obtained in a relatively short period of time and low cost, especially if we refer to the illegal deforestation. If you look more closely at the issue of deforestation and consider studies conducted by researchers around the world, we come to at least worrying conclusion about the impact that the availability of renewable resources may have on the global economy. Thus, forest destruction and other environmental degradation issues could have living standards for the woods forest country and reduce global GDP by about 7% in 2050. We all know the effects of mass deforestation, habitat destruction of millions of species of flora and fauna. The fewer forests we have, the more gases enter the atmosphere and increase the speed and severity of the greenhouse effect. The soil in the forest in weather and the removal of trees which block the sun rays causes it to dry out quickly. Trees help perpetuate the water cycle. By destroying the forest, huge imbalances are created in nature, changing the precipitation regime and reaching drought. After deforestation, we know Thus, area become arid, soil erosion, landslide, and changes in air current. One solution that can work, however, is to have a much more careful management of forest resources. Deforestation on large areas should be completely stopped, thus ensuring the forest environments will remain somewhat intact. The cutting of trees be done in a sustainable way, replacing those cut with shrubs. In order to stop the phenomenon of overloading, Romania and other countries facing the problem of implementing the graphic imprint of wood, which function as a digital passport. A few years ago, I was caught in a situation that broke my soul. In all my children on summer vacation, I went to my grandparents for 2 months in a wonderful village in a mountain area. In the village, there was a wonderful forest, and it was called the Forest of the Giants. I loved the forest. I remember fondly how we spent the whole day in the forest playing that. In 30 years, the child in me not found this forest. It was cut piece by piece. The forest of my childhood is gone. I'm sure that there are many people who find themselves in one form or another in this real story. Let's give our children a clean planet, a green planet. We leave this legacy to them before many other material goods. With progressive action, we can only fool ourselves. The big polluters just have to stop talking about pollution or make plans to stop pollution. The time has come for them to act clearly. Thank you. I'm honored to be with you today.
Thank you, Oprikan from Romania. Thank you so much for this beautiful presentation. You have touched the soul. You have talked about the reality of life. Thank you so much, ma'am. And you have told us about how to choose to travel, the road traffic things, the deforestation, the soil erosion happening, and the cutting of trees, and of course, Romania condition. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a beautiful presentation. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Now, moving ahead with our next guest, Mr. Iiu-Isdgc Himmat Yar, Afghanistan. So please, can we have you, sir? Are you with us today? Master in Management Studies, Country Coordinator, IOUNB, Afghanistan. Can we have Himmat, sir, with us? Okay. Moving ahead with our next speaker, Edwin Okaku from Ghana. If I'm spelling it wrongly, I'm sorry. That's a beautiful name, but I'm not good with it. Bachelor of Business Administrator. Do we have Edwin G with us? Do we have Edwin G with us? Nada, can you just find out for me? Okay, moving ahead with our next speaker. I'm audible to all? Nada, I'm audible? Hello, Nada, I'm audible? Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Yes, ma'am,
Thank
you
you
are
so
audible.
much. Thank you so much. I thought that I'm on a mute. Okay, moving ahead.
Yes, I was muted. Yes.
Nada, I was seeing your list.
I was talking.
Yeah, I know. But I would want to confirm it. I'm sorry. Okay, moving ahead with our next speaker, Mr. Amjuri Biswanji, India, MSc B.Ed, PGDCA, GDP Director, Green Care Society, India. Do we have Biswanji with us?
There, Kaushaki, how we must have Mr. Amjur. He's our guest every day.
Oh,
Amjur.
yay! Is it? Oh, so please welcome, sir, on the stage. The stage is all yours.
But maybe today he lost the connection. He was with us.
Oh, that's not good. I would come again for a next episode to see him. Okay, Moving ahead with our next speaker, Sumesh Bhardwaj. She's a motivational speaker, certified sales, soft skills and behavior trainer, business coach, youth mentor, a beautiful host ever. She's my favorite host forever. So please welcome you, ma'am, on stage. Sumesh Ji. Do we have Sumesh Ji with us? Okay, moving ahead with our next speaker, Taruna Kapoor Ji, India, MA MEd, Principal, Ramagya School. Do we have Taruna Ji with us? Nada, can you just find out Taruna Ji?
She was here. I saw her.
Yeah, I saw her too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not now.
Okay, moving ahead, we will see if our speakers join and then we can have it again. Moving ahead, we all have that one teacher in our life with whom it feels that all will be well. Whatever he or she says is stones for us. Unknowingly, that one teacher makes a difference in our life. That one teacher or one figure is that figure which leads to new future of the country and leads to new generation of leaders. IIU will soon be starting teacher courses and you all can avail the opportunity to become global recognized teacher. Thus all the teachers, great teachers present here today can represent their country on an international level. Global teachers will get 1-year training from IIU. The global teacher recognition not only leads to personality development training of the teachers for international level skills development and sound knowledge of the technology used around the globe, but will also lead to viable earnings through all these developments. Other than this, I would like to share one more thing with all of you today. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishna Ji, National Teacher Award 2021, Bharat Parivar, Swarn Bharat Parivar is organizing a ceremony of honor for teachers, principal and persons associated with educational institutions, literatures, social concerns at the national level, proposed as virtual summit in New Delhi on September 5th and 6th on National Teachers Day. Eminent educationists, literatures, and social personalities of the country will participate in this function. If any of you are eligible teacher, principal, educational institution, social worker for the above award in the eyes of the great persons, then please do send the following information. We'll be sharing the information for the registration on the chat box. I just want to add to this that a great teacher always makes great nation, India. Now moving forward, I would like to share the acceleration for the IIU. So please can we have the video?
Join us to make a difference in the orbits of education. We are the change. We are IIU. Are you a K-12 school offering a top-quality education? Are your students getting global exposure? Is experiential learning and innovation a part of your curriculum? Are your teachers internationally certified educators? Are you able to identify your learners' potential and expose them to compete globally? If the above questions do not sound optimist, then the clock has struck to get accredited and affiliated by IIU. You think of strategies, training, competitions, we offer it. You want to interact with an expert team of educators, we possess it. You want to be exposed to learning at a global platform? If yes, you have embarked at the right destination. IIU's International School Accreditation Board. Let's put some light over accreditation, what it is. Why do we need it? Simply put, accreditation is value. In today's challenging world, it is extremely important that institutes or schools be accredited and approved with the institutes, meet certain standards. Accreditation assures employers that the graduates of an accredited institute are ready to face challenges and rigors of the modern world. The students who graduate from accredited institutes and schools have access to enhanced opportunities and employment and global mobility. IIU accreditation affiliation has no bars for any boards like state boards, CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, IB. IIU accreditation affiliation has created an arena for learners across the various countries and continents throughout the globe. What are you waiting for? Apply now. IIU's International School Accreditation Board.
So that was International Internship University. Thank you so much. And let's welcome our speakers. Madhavi Goswami ji, India, MSc Deputy HM Learning and Development, Seth Anand Ram Japuria School. Do we have Madhavi ji with us? Madhavi ji from India? Okay. Moving ahead with our next speaker, Harshit Prakash Bhai Bhalswar, India, MTech Assistant Professor, SCL College of Engineering. Do we have Harshit ji with us?
Yes, sir, I am here. I am audible?
Okay. Yes, sir, very much. So the
Yes,
stage
sir.
is yours, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, can I share my presentation?
Definitely, sir.
Okay, thank you. Sir, thank you so much, IIU. Yes, sir, my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible. You can go ahead.
Okay. Here I am having a small presentation regarding the climate actions which currently happening. Okay. So here I have shown two images to you. Okay. So what you can indicate, what you can identify from these images, one shows the Earth, and the another image shows that the industries which are much needed for the development of the Earth. Okay. So what happened actually? The climate change is not impact on our human, but it also affect the water, agriculture, food security, forestry, health, and tourism industries also. Okay, so if we go ahead, then how it can impact the weather? Okay, weather is similar for the temperature, wind, or the rain. So currently, if you are looking outside from your window, which kind of atmosphere you are getting for the today? Then you can think after 5 years, a same scenario after 5 years, what you can find from your window. It's a similar situation. The pollution is similar, weather is similar, temperature is same or not. A same scenario can be there, but not, of course, it will be changed after every year. I think even I can say even after 3 months, it can be changed. So you can identify what is happening in the current climate change it at your place in the world also. The climate will be considered as a 30 years time period. Okay, the climate refers to the average weather condition over the long period of time for the 30 years. Think about your birthday today in this year 2021, then the next birthday in 2022. What was the changes? The birth date on your 2021 and your birth in 2022. Okay, who can identify the temperature change? There might be the rain today, but after the next year, similar, there is no rain. You are having the hot day today, but after after completion of 1 year, you are having the no high temperature. You might be having the low temperature. So this is the effect of climate. Now, the climate change you can identify if you ask the weather like the 30 years ago to your young elder one. In our home, we are having the one elder person. If you ask the elder person, what is the scenario of the climate before 30 years ago? They will easily identify what are the changes going on by the industries, by the forest, by the gardens, by the cutting of tree, development of the sustainability has been done. But we are so much aware right now, but in the previous decade, we are not much aware about the sustainability of the climate. Right now, we are aware and we are taking the campaign to save the environment. So this is quite positive for us and for our next generation. Now, what is the difference between the global warming and the climate change? If the increase in the temperature of the Earth's temperature due to the buildup of greenhouse gases is the atmosphere, is known as global warming. Whenever the temperature increasing, it's known as a global warming. But the climate change is related to the temperature, rain, wind, and the pollution. So all the things are included in the climate change. But the global warming is only due to the rising in the temperature due to the greenhouse effects of gases. This is the diagram of the global warming effect, how the global warming occurs. Okay, so here you can see the pollution from the vehicle, pollution of the industries comes in the form of carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is generating the heat inside the earth, and we are getting the dirt and the pollution in our places. So this is how the rising of temperature is going on continuously day by day. The temperature is increasing during the summer. Okay, so this is how the global warming will be affect from the emission of the vehicle and the emission generator from the industries. Now, what causes the climate change? The greenhouse effect, of course. So the sunlight pass through the atmosphere, greenhouse gases are there. We call the process similar to the greenhouse. So everything which affect the climate change will be affect our body also, our living life also, and everything will be suffer. So here I have done a drawing. You can either see here this drawing. So these are the causes how we can due to the with the climate change is happening. So these are the causes. Greenhouse effect is there, greenhouse gases are there, human activity. We are in the race of industrial revolution. We are in the race of automation with all over the world, different countries. But what we are getting? We are getting the automation, we are getting the industrial revolution. But during this time, we are affecting the global warming. We are affecting our climate also. Okay. So this is how global warming effect. So this is one short survey. The 1 degree or the 2 degree increase in the temperature might not sound like much, but think about what happened when our body increased the temperature of 1 or 2 degrees. In the temperature, if the temperature in the atmosphere, if the temperature increase up to 1 or 2 degree, it doesn't affect us so much. But if the temperature of our body increase 1 or 2 degree, then we are getting what? Yes, the now temperature is increasing. So this is how our body will react with the increase in the temperature of 1 or 2 degree. Okay, so we can immediately sick, or we are having the fever, or we are having the tiredness. This is how the global warming and the climate can affect. So this is the case for us. With the temperature increase into 1 or 2 degree, we are getting sick. Pollution from the gas, natural gas and oil, pollution from the industries, vehicles and the refineries. Everywhere we are having the climate change. Whatever we are developing, whatever we are installing, it can generate the climate change. Okay, now its hazards and its impacts. Okay, so the climate change hazards, it's a exacerbating of the weather related to the around the world. Climate change makes some hazard more frequent. It can make the hazard more intense. It can also impact the people around the world. Okay, simple I can say that the climate change is a simple, is a serious and is a solvable. Simple in the terms of previous year. Okay, previously the carbon dioxide generated and the temperature generated in the atmosphere is not more much. Okay, but right now due to the advancement in the technology, refineries, increment in the vehicles, fossil fuels and everything, the temperature has become serious. Okay, now the global warming is become simple to serious in the today's. Okay, if we are thinking in the 1980s or the 1990s, the temperature, climate is very simple. Now in the year 2020, 2015, 2021, for the future, it becoming a serious for us. Okay, because the temperature is rising the sea level, weather will be changing. So everything is happening around us. So now these are the two cases. snowfall pattern. How the snowfall patterning nowadays. This is the scenario of 2012 and 2019, a beer glacier. Okay, so it is something serious. You can see the ice is melting and it will generating the sea level much more higher, and it will be very much harmful for the human living. Now the serious cases are there. Okay, these are the serious cases. What happened due to the climate change and extreme weather? This is the effect of climate change on the animal, our ecosystem, our health, our air, farming, food, our way of life. Everything has been changed due to the climate change. Now, how we can solve it? So it can be solvable if we reduce the CO2 emission. So we have to move toward the green technology. We have to move toward the electric vehicles so we can cut down the carbon dioxide and reduce the global warming and the climate change. This is how we can climate change can be mitigation and climate change can be adapted. So these are the various parameters on which I think all world should have to focus so we can get a better future for our young generation. So this is up end from my side.
Thank you, Harshit ji. Thank you for the beautiful presentation. Can you please stop the screen sharing so we can see you live? Okay. So Harshit ji talked about awareness in the change in temperature on Earth and comparing it with the body temperature. That was a beautiful comparison I've seen ever. And the Earth, water, health, tourism effect and the impact. The climate change after 5 years. That was a beautiful awareness again. And changes in climate during 1 year overgo as compared to the birthday we have, the difference we see within a 1 year on the climate, and the rain flow chart. That was again a beautiful concept. And global warming difference and the climate change, the difference between both, where the temperature rise and where the temperature, rain, wind and pollution, everything is, impact. So solution of CO2, a big cutoff. So that was beautiful presentation, sir. Thank you so much for the presentation. And moving ahead with our next speaker, Daisy M. Galgana, Philippines. She is a licensed professional teacher, speaker, host, trainer, senior high school teacher, Department of Education, Philippines. Welcome you, Daisy ma'am. Do we have Daisy ma'am with us? Okay, moving with the next speaker, Shalini Chauhan ji, India, MA B.Ed, Educator and Examination Officer, Indrapuram Public School. Do we have Shalini ma'am with us? Can we have Shalini ma'am? Thank you so much. Moving ahead, as there is always that one person who has the vision, the thought, the idea behind a successful venture and organization. And if we talk about that man behind the success of IIU, it's our beloved co-founder of IIU, Mr. and my favorite, Dr. Piyush Pandit. Any words would be less for him, thus I am sharing a short video to give all of us an insight into his journey and his life. So please, can we have the video of Dr. Piyush Pandit ji? Can we have the video, please? Thank you.
Piyush Pandit was born on 27th July 1987 in Pratapgarh, Uttar Pradesh, in a middle-class family. Piyush Pandit is that name who is recognized by his multiple work genres: an international social activist, award-winning social worker, serial entrepreneur, and founder of SBP Global. He has determined his destiny by having trust in him and Almighty God. Piyush Pandit is a diligent and passionate social worker committed to serve the humanity. Piyush Pandit has played a crucial role in crafting a team of volunteers and achieved global recognition as head of Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust, which span across more than 50 countries. He granted several live interviews and press conferences on rural development, access to justice, and the right to equality. Iiu-Isdgc is youth leader with extensive social work experience, political activism, and stellar entrepreneurial achievements. When you think of social work and changing the world by improving human experiences, Iiu-Isdgc Pandit comes to mind. He is proactively mentoring other social activists to encourage social activism and entrepreneurship around the world. He is working fiercely towards achieving United Nations Sustainable Goals in India and over the globe. Under the flawless leadership of Iiu-Isdgc Pandit, Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust was established. The organization strives to place the humanity at forefront and bringing back the human warmth which has lost due to busy modern life. They are fighting to ensure ending poverty, unemployment, and making society better for all. Rural India has been a focal point of Iiu-Isdgc, which gave birth to Help India Help Foundation. The social work continues and the e-village was established in 2012 to reinforce India's roots in villages and villagers. At the crux of Iiu-Isdgc's work is the youth. He believes that youth empowerment is closely aligned with social service. Iiu-Isdgc is the CEO of Iiu-Isdgc Group. The organization covers several industries including renewable energy, logistics, real estate, and so on. Iiu-Isdgc Pandit has succeeded in scaling the growth of these organizations and his work has taken them to the multinational level. Iiu-Isdgc is able to form and sustain positive relationship with people. He has received a plethora of awards and recognitions in 2018 with India's Great Leader Award, India Star Book of Records in 2019, GTF World Summit Bangkok 2019, Volunteer Hero, Avadh Samman Samaroh, Blood Donation Award, Environmental Sentinel Award, Yuva Gaurav Samman, and Literature Confluence Award. Iiu-Isdgc Pandit believes in the philosophy of growing together. His slogan is, "Let's grow together and create tomorrow's entrepreneur." He has the vision to create a society that is based on freedom, equality, solidarity, diversity, and fairness.
So audience speaker, that was Iiu-Isdgc Pandit, Dr. Iiu-Isdgc Pandit, and I resemble his name as P for power, I for intelligence, innovative, Y for youth empowerment, U for universal personality, S for smart star, and H for hardworking. So thank you, Iiu-Isdgc Pandit ji, for this beautiful platform, IIU, and bringing us all together. Let's grow together. Thank you so much. Now moving ahead with our next speaker, Jasninka Rasetia Protia, Master of Science in Economics, Professor of Economics Group of Subjects, Commercial and Trade School, Split Protia. So please welcome you, ma'am, on the stage.
Good afternoon or good evening. Please, permission to share my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you see my presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon or good evening again. I'm a professor in vocational high school in the city of Split in Croatia. And I'm honored to be a part of this international conference and share with you my opinion and suggestions about SDG 13. Well, natural events and human activities such as burning fossil fuels, cutting down forests and farming livestock are contributing to an increase of global warming and climate change. This is the second year of the COVID-19 pandemic with negative effect of people's lives and on efforts to realize all of the 17 SDGs until 2030. In order to reduce dangerous effects from climate change, this global crisis demands a shared global response because the decisions we make and actions we take today will have significant consequences for future generations. The whole world feels the negative effects of climate change. And according to world reports, even more extreme natural disasters are coming. The situation is similar in my country. Croatia is a small country on the Adriatic Sea, jeopardized by weather disasters, fires, earthquakes, and the floods due to rising sea levels, especially in the last few years. These are a few key climate actions that must be taken. Healthy energy system, inclusive economic growth, sustainable communities, land and ocean stewardship, and transformative climate investments. Some of these actions are already being carried out, but still insufficiently and unequally in all of the world. People should be continuously reminded and involved in activities in order to save our ecosystem for next generations, because there is no planet B. It is important to share the knowledge and examples of good practice in order to reduce negative effects of climate change. Well, these are a few examples from Croatia. This solar bench, made by Croatian inventor in 2015, today is used on all continents. You can use an electric car, maybe this one from Croatia, named Nevera, instead of classic car. Or you can join a virtual race for afforestation of burned areas, like this in Croatia. As a high school teacher, I encourage my students to act in accordance with sustainable development through school projects. So, in this project related to SDG 13, my students researched the activities carried out to reduce CO2 emission in Croatia. So they suggest to turn out the lights when leaving the room, to use the paper bags instead of plastic bags, or instead of using bus or car, you can walk, because you will not have any parking problem and you will spend less fuel. Last year, at an international video conference called Digital and Green in New Normal Time, my students explained the importance of Marian Forest Park for the city of Split and the influence of bark beetles on tree decay. So, my conclusion is that as individuals, we must act responsibly and try to leave as little ecological footprint as possible to the next generations. It is necessary to introduce more activities related to environmental protection into educational curriculums. Active public involvement and knowledge sharing is essential for an effective response to climate changes, because only together we can reduce the negative effects of global warming. So, Thank you for your attention and greetings from Croatia.
Thank you, Jacinka, ma'am. That was a beautiful presentation. Weather disaster, floods, earthquakes, and we talked about sustainable community and the transformative climate investment. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining today and your precious time. And now moving ahead with our next speaker, we have Amna Bibi from Pakistan. PhD researcher, a teacher, high school by profession, and a trainer advocating SDG 4.5. Can you please, can someone please mute yourself? I think someone, okay, thank you so much. 4, 5, and 13, that is plantation drive-on, 2100 planted so far, series of sessions and workshops on gender equality, and 40 sessions delivered today, and 114 sessions for the gender equality. We welcome Amna Bibi from Pakistan. Do we have Bibi with us? Okay, moving ahead with our next speaker, Dr. Ali Abdad Sajidji from Pakistan. Do we have Dr. Ali with us today?
There's Sanashi. They accept this, and they were asking for their time. They have the schedule, and they will join us. But for now, I don't see them, so we will call them a little later.
Okay. So if any of our speaker would like to have their visions or something to share, they can please share their views. I'm calling for the speakers.
Hello?
Charles, yeah, I saw you smiling all through the event. I was expecting that. I was seeing only you. Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate coming here today. We have been moving along the line for the past how many days now? Maybe 14 days or so. But we thank God for today that God has deemed it fit for us to experience this occasion, climate action and climate change. This is a 17 SDG. Yes, it was created by the UN 2019 so as to make sure we follow the scope, how things are. In respect of, we have polluted the world, we have polluted everything as a result of our actions, as a result of what we have been doing, the negative things we have been doing. Assuming we have been doing positive things, there won't be anything like pollution. Because of the negative thing, the action, all these activities we have been doing that are contrary to the world standard or contrary to what we're supposed to do. There are some careful things we need to do, but because we are not doing them rightly, has caused another pollution, has caused a lot of problem to us. So how are we going to solve it is the issue, what we are trying to see. That's why the changes of climate is being pronounced now. So we need to take our time and make sure that all what we have been doing, like probably in our homes, watching television, doing all those things, activities, holding it down while we are not there, using all those things, costly things, using all those that are dustbin, not refining them, not doing them, reusing them, doing them anyhow. It has now affected us now. So we need to now change our behavior, change of behavior, change of activities, so that our nature will be suitable for us, will be good for us. That's why we are being told that it actually disturbs the national economy, disturb our lives, also cause people, communities, countries dearly. And we ought to take action to combat this climate change and the implication. What are the aims? What are the actions? What are the things we need to step up through our efforts, try to do things that are reasonable. What are those things? We reduce emission. We try to strengthen our resilience. We try as much as adaptive capacity to climate-induced impacts and hazards in all countries. We try as far as doing what? Integrating climate change measure into national policy, strategy, and planning. We try as much as improving our education. Education-wise, we need to, at least education is the key thing. By the time everybody is being educated as knowing what one is supposed to know, I don't think you will be doing all those things that are obvious. It's better one do things that are okay. That is why we are here to enlighten people, creating awareness, making people know what they should know, creating awareness to people, and also human institutional capacity with respect of climate change, mitigation, adaptation, impact reduction, earlier warning. All these things should be taken into consideration. Thank God for my learned brothers who have said a lot. I quite admire them. I love what they said. Kudos to them. So we also need to develop the countries to move towards the low care in our economy, not to be using things, exuberant things that we're supposed not to use. We start using them and we cannot maintain. As a result of causing pollution here and there, causing a lot of havoc to everybody. At that causing havoc now, we are the same people who is going to bear it. We will not be able to do what we should do. How are we going to achieve this?
Thank you so much, Charles, for spreading such a beautiful vision. And really, you have a lot of information, and really, we want you as a speaker for the next session, definitely. And yes, you told us that education is something that can bring awareness. And yes, truly, education will and are bringing together the awareness through IIU. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dear Sonashi, do you hear me? Kaushaki, do you hear me?
Yes, Nada. Yes, Nada.
Okay, okay. I contact our speakers from Pakistan, and they said that they are here.
Okay, so can we have?
Yes, and
Amna?
also please, our jury also joined us. He comes here and he can speak also. So
thank you, Nada. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I am here. Can I speak now?
Yes, ma'am. The stage is yours. You can go ahead.
Thank you very much. First of all, I am thankful to respected Piyush Pandit and Madam Kalyani Rao and Madam Nadaji for inviting me on such a great platform to share my work with the great leaders from around the globe. Thank you so much for inviting me. Pakistan working to protect environment and but I am giving back to my community as an individual because I will not take much of your time. To begin with, the eminent speakers has already discussed so much about SDG 13. So as Pakistan is a country neighboring to economic zones having the lowest carbon emission, yet affected by climate change. So, under the visionary leadership of PM Imran Khan, has declared an emergency to take urgent steps to combat the global warming by starting a billion tree tsunami initiative that later continued as and 10 billion tree tsunami project and clean and green Pakistan and no follow-up and plan for Pakistan. So that is the reason that Pakistan achieved its SDG target well before the deadline 2030. So the world not only witnessed but also appreciated the efforts Pakistan putting to save the environment. And here I am sharing a few initiatives I took as of my social contribution means the efforts I am putting at the grassroots level and what I am giving back to my community. I believe the teachers are real change makers. They shape the generation. So keeping this in view, I started few steps to address SDGs Mother Nature. As a teacher, once a month, I deliver session on water conservations and session on importance of cutting and planting trees and their impact on flooding, cyclones, and ecosystem, and session on gender equality. I had planted 2,100 trees so far, and plants include fruits and non-fruits like gava, jacaranda, moringa, neem, the kind, and shehtu, grapes, and jamun, and some other plants. So These are my little efforts to restore our world. Thank you so much for your patience, all of you. Thank you so much, IUI, and thank you so much, Madam Nada and Sir Piyush Pandit, to giving me chance here to present my little efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for joining today. And now moving ahead, it's time to conclude this wonderful conference. And indeed, we have witnessed some new ideas, techniques, and ventures.
Please, we have more speakers here that come back.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow.
Yes,
Wonderful.
yes.
Yeah.
We have also from Pakistan, Dr. Al Abal Saeed.
Oh, Ali is here. Oh,
yes,
okay,
yes.
okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Dr.
Yes.
Ali, please welcome on stage. Yay, we were waiting for you. Please, the stage is yours. Transformative climate investment. Hello, sir.
I don't know how he don't hear us, but but we have also Amujuri, so we can call him.
Sure. So please announce, ma'am, whoever you find out that they are available here. So can you, Nada ma'am, can you just
Yes. Now we will call Amujuri Biswanath. Amujuri is a professor from India, director, Green Care Society, PGDC TSG GDAP. Mr. Amujuri, the stage is yours.
Thank you, one and all. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes. A very warm good evening to one and all. Myself, Amujuri Biswanath, educationist from Astha Vidya Mandir, Chhattisgarh, India. As well as I am also honorary professor of International Internship University, and as well as I am also director Green Care Society India. I thankful to entire team of IIU and especially co-founder Dr. Piyush Pandit sir and SDG HOD Dr. Kalyani Rao B and distinguished speaker and country director Croteria Dr. Nada Ratkovic and all these distinguished speakers. I'm thankful to inviting me as a keynote speaker on first international SDG conference on climate action SDG goal 13. Today, we are facing so many challenges, not only social, economical, biological, but also climate change problems. So there are so many challenges and problems. So we have to come out and we have to take proper necessary actions to combat all these problems which are regarding climate change. So SDG 13 climate action was established by United Nations in 2015 to take necessary actions to combat climate changes and its impacts. We are facing global crisis and economical crisis and climate change crisis due to the nature and human-made activities on our planet. Today, there are many problems as well as we have many solutions to combat climate change. On this platform, I am introducing 4R mantras or 4R indicators. Before that, everyone know very well about 3 R's: reduce, recycle, and reuse. But I am adding another R, that means repeat. That means what we are doing with remaining 3 R's: recycle, reduce, reuse. Among them, we are adding another R, that is repeat. That means we have to do repeat cycle process to again and again reuse, recycle, and reduce. This chain system should be taken in the process of repeat. That is indicator R4. So it is introduced to myself as being a director of Green Care Society India. So our organization Green Care Society India is also doing very well to combat climate changes and implement to ecological balance and environment balance on our planet. Our organization collaborates with many organizations and many governmental and non-governmental organizations across the world, like World Environment Council from India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, House of Kalam, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Social Forest Organization, and Human Welfare Community Foundation from India. These are many organizations who are working in the field of climate action, as well as education institutions like Iiu and Astha Vidya Mandir, and different organizations like United Nations Environment Program and United Nations UNDP program. These are also working in the field of climate action. So there are many questions like what to do, where to do, when to do, and how to do. These questions should be raised always in the field of climate action. So we have to take proper actions and proper environmental structure to combat the climate changes. In this situation of pandemic COVID-19, due to this pandemic COVID-19, there are many changes recently to balance ecological and to balance our environmental strategies. There are some strategies shows 6% of emissions are reduced in the period of COVID-19 due to the lockdowns or due to the normalization of industrials. So these are main components like emissions of CFCs and carbon dioxide, and different indicators like deforestation. This is also main component to raise that climate change and global greenhouse effect. So we have to come how to reduce and how to minimize the climate change. So we have to use replacement of plastics by uses of green products. This is the one of the main key points to reduce the uses of plastics. So in our area, in the region of Chhattisgarh and Odisha in India, there are plenty of forests. So some of the tribal people and local peoples are also using their technology, their ideas to combat climate changes through replacement of plastics by using of green products like bamboo products, and by making the paper bags or leaf bags by using of natural materials. So these are the one of the main step to bring the climate actions to in the real ground field at grassroots levels. So not only the using of the environmental materials, but also there are need some innovative aspects or research aspects for combating the climate changes. So educational institutions and research labs are also very important to bring the innovative actions for combating the climate changes. On this occasion of International SDG conference by IIU, there are many speakers told about different strategies, different ideas, but in the present pandemic situation of COVID-19, everyone are facing economical crisis. After the lockdown or after the normalization of the our daily life, we will go to search our livelihood. So for increasing our livelihood indicators, we will start again the industrialization or any type of actions which are against the environment. So we have to take proper actions with government policies or either livelihood strategies which should not be harmful to the environment. So on this wonderful opportunity, I thankful to entire the team of our IIU for providing wonderful opportunity to me. At last, I'm saying about please kindly follow the R4 indicators, which are reduce, recycle, reuse, and repeat. This is my slogan for combating the climate changes through implementation of our climate action SDG goals 13. Thank you very much. Namaste. Jai Hind.
That was a powerful presentation, sir. That was beautiful. And thank you so much for joining today. He was Viswanatham, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Over to you, Nada.
Thank you, Amujuri. Thank you for your new air, for your fourth air. Repeat. Now we are going to our next speaker. He is Dr. Ali Abad Saeed from Pakistan. He is an educator. He is a trainer. Training College, Rahim Arjar Khan, Pakistan. The stage is yours and welcome, Dr. Ali Abad Saeed.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Ma'am Pandit, I'm very thankful to respected Ma'am Pandit from India, Ma'am Kalyanji from India, and Ma'am Nada as well for providing me such a nice platform to express my views on such an important issue. Basically, it is the issue of every individual on the earth, not only for Pakistan or India or America or Britannia, but it is the issue of whole world. And we are all responsible for this. Pleasant global warming, and ozone layer and destruction in the world. Wherever there is war, we are responsible for that. So peaceful coexistence, peace and harmony, respect to every religion, these are the basic things that each and every individual will have to be taken. This material progress is also a great hinder that we are inventing planes, mass destructions, weapons, wars. These are basically disturbing our environment and which is causing environmental catastrophe. So many of the diseases we are feeling increasing, especially physical problems, as well as waterborne, hypertension, brain hemorrhage, heat stroke, obesity, stress, etc. So mental stress is the greatest issue of the day nowadays. So we'll have to take many actions like factories and vehicles. We'll have to ban those kind of vehicles. We are very much harmful for our ecosystem. Factories, handmade handicrafts should also be promoted for that. Environment awareness campaign like our institution is working that is very much needed. Tree plantation drive. As when I will come on our country progress, then definitely I will throw light on it. That it is the main vision of our Prime Minister Imran Khan, who started Billion Tree Project, which is a great project. The other countries should work on such a mega project because it is survival, the cause of all mankind. We also find examples from the life of our holy prophet, peace be upon him. And I believe that every religion has the focus on peace and harmony for all mankind. So everybody should respect for that. We should, it is the main teaching of holy prophet that even in the war, our army cannot cut trees, especially the fruit trees. Nowadays, we are cutting trees for our colonies, our house, and other things. Which is very dangerous for the things. A forest fire broke in Africa some days ago, 20 days ago almost. 71 forest fires broke out the Turkey, and in Rome, 2 forest caught fire. This is a great loss. Human life as well as wildlife in danger, even in human life as well as wildlife is in danger. So we must personally participate in the environmental awareness campaign and inspire others, and everyone must plant at least one tree. If I do quote my example, when I was planning to build my new home, I personally decided that I will definitely plant 4 trees for one person. So we have 5 family members. So I have planted in my lawn 25 trees personally. And I also have advocacy campaign in all the trainings. Whoever is coming in our institution for the training, nowadays a training is also in progress for induction training and promotion link training, in which I personally requested to the participants that they should also focus personally on plantation and for the safety of this world. So I have also requested to my family members, to my students, my colleagues, my other community members, to my town, that we should focus on the greenery and for the safety of our system. According to the report of 2020, SDG 3 on the climate action is the only target has met this year. Pakistan has achieved this target 9 years before 2030. So I think we should appreciate our Prime Minister, and whole world should follow the vision of our Prime Minister, that many of the drives have been started, billion tsunami tree and other 10 billion tsunami tree, and many other things have been started from our great Prime Minister, who is the great visionary person. Acha. And Pakistan is a major emitter in this scene. The achievement of SDG 3 just reinforced our role as a responsible global state. The Sustainable Development Goal Report 2020 encourages Pakistan to proceed in the right direction. It is not an excuse to stop fighting climate change. According to World Asia, Pakistan achieved United Nations Climate Action Goal 10 years ahead of the deadline. So as earlier I have mentioned, it is a great achievement. So this is an outstanding achievement for Pakistan to attain the crucial goal 13 climate action bill before 23 deadline. According to Gulf News, with this milestone, Pakistan has demonstrated its commitment to the clean and green future and contribution to global efforts to tackle the challenges of climate change. So to the Billion Tree Tsunami Program, Clean Green Pakistan Initiative, Clean Green Pakistan Index, Protected Health Initiative, 15 new national parks, and Smart Jungle. This is the new concept and very good concept of the Smart Jungle Ecosystem Restoration Fund for facilitation green growth and policies consistent with the objectives of Pakistan's national determined contribution and attaining land degradation naturally. These initiatives have been taken to prevent and to be better prepared for the threat of climate changes experienced by the countries such as floods, heat waves, droughts, and melting glaciers. According to Dr. Kathy McKinnon, chair of the International Union of the Conservation of the Nature World Commission in Pakistan area, this is an excellent model for linking economic development with a new deal for nature. So we should start from ourselves. We should charity begins at home. So when I will try at my level, and then candle will enlighten other candle. Thank you very much for providing me such a nice chance on this global issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. He was Sajid, sir, from Pakistan. Thank you so much, sir. Now moving to our next speaker, Sumesh Bhardwaj, motivational speaker, certified sales, soft skills and behavior trainer, business coach, youth mentor, and a beautiful host ever. Welcome you, ma'am. Please, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Koshki. Very good evening. I hope I'm loud and clear.
Yes, ma'am, very much, as ever.
I'm sorry, I'm traveling. Thank you very much for inviting me as a speaker, and thanks once again to all the eminent speakers over here. Well, regarding SDG 13, as you know very well, that the urgent action to combat climate change and its impact, right? It is disrupting national economies and affecting the lives, costing people, communities, and countries today and even more tomorrow. Now, how can we control this is by fight climate changes, eliminate food wastage, eat plant-based products, use clean energy, participate in process, use LED lighting, and rethinking on transportation system. These are a couple of things which I do feel that we need to work on if we really want to have climate change as our SDG 13 to be intact. This is all from my side, Kaushiki. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, ma'am, for joining. Even being in traveling, you take out a precious time. Thank you so much. And that was Sumesh Bhardwaj. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you, Nada. Do we have more speakers?
No, we don't have more speakers.
Okay, thank you so much, Nada. So moving ahead, it's time to conclude this wonderful conference. And indeed, we have witnessed some new ideas, techniques, and ventures about the 13th SDG. And finally, I would like to invite Dr. Satnam Dyochakar. She is Vice President, Council of International Chambers of Commerce, Director and Board of Director, Asia, Africa Development Council, Head of Foreign Affairs, Arab Union, Sustainability, Development and Peace, Advisory Board, Asian, African Commerce and Industry, UK Chairman, International Human Rights Association, IGO, Diplomatic Ambassador for Kingdom of Atlantis into the United Kingdom, CEO, Dyochakar Group in UK, UAE, India, Diplomatic Fellow, FIGHR, UN, International Officers, Greens of Color, Green Party, UK, Vice President, Honorary Degree, Council, IIU, Country Head, United Kingdom, IIU, Shortlist Nominee, National Diversity Award, UK, Women on Substance, Global Recognition 2021 Award by Leaders Without Borders, Development Council, Key Humanitarian Member, UN Women UK, Global Icon Award holder, Diplomatic Mission, Peace and Prosperity Trust, a keynote speaker, panelist, chief guest, and one of a beautiful person I know, the beautiful person with a heart and a woman with a beauty. I would go forever. You know, I can't stop. You know, I can just talk about you whole day and then
That's okay. My
Yes.
apologies for today. You'd see a lot happening around me.
Before going ahead, please tell us how you get that beautiful word, and then we will move for the vote of thanks with you.
When I see such beautiful people, what am I gonna do? You know, all of you, you put everything together. You trying to do something that I thought always was my job. You know, I told you yesterday, you know, I feel very privileged that I was born where I was born to my father, you know, because my father, 40 years ago, Mr. Prakash Lal Dyochakar, I was telling my friend Kadla here, very lovely, Ives. She's created this organization here for women entrepreneurs, and she's going to be joining us next week with our sessions, and I'm going to invite them all. So I'm very privileged to have her. She's driving, so I don't want to
yeah. So we now have one more our innovator, leader, and keynote speaker with us, right?
Everyone. Oh yeah, not one. Oh my goodness, this is like magnet. This is like whole of Dubai.
IIU is about that only, making everyone
connect.
connect. Yes, and that's Dr. Piyush Pandit ji is doing, connecting everyone forever.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. I was talking to Kadil exactly the same thing. I said 40 years ago, my father, in remote parts of India, he started the plantation drive. What happened was in mountains, we had, I was born in a valley, okay, very beautiful valley, mountains. And then all of a sudden what happened was people started putting up resorts, tourist places, and they were chopping off the trees. So my father at that time said, look, he started training the rural people, and he said, climatic imbalance and these things happen. So he started plantation drives at that time. Think about it. And then he started growing people trees. Kaushika, you know about that, right?
Yeah, I know.
People tree we worship in India, yeah? Because it's the only tree that would emit oxygen 24/7. So you know how our religious sentiments are towards the tree. So he would go into the villages, take those trees, grow them, plant them, get people to worship around them, because he thought that was the only way he could motivate people to actually plant trees and look after them. And then he started doing herbal trees. So then he was doing naturopathy with people, and free naturopathy, free plantations. So all that came into us, we absorbed that all our life, we saw all that. And now today, look, we're on climate change. So this is something what my whole blood is all about. My blood, I sometimes say, is not red, it's green. I used to say that all the time. I said, in our household, our blood is green. People used to call us Grinch when I said that, and it's not a good name, trust me, in England. Because you all know that. Sorry about that. But you know what? I loved saying that my blood is green. Why? Because it means that the love for greenery and love for plantation. What is plants? They're life. They're sustaining us. Think about it. These trees. What happened during COVID? There was no oxygen in India, in other parts of the world, but India specifically, I saw there was no oxygen. Think about these trees just giving us selflessly. You know what I mean? So climate we're talking about, that is, it just took me back to where my heritage comes from, where my childhood comes from, where my values come from. And this is what I say. I listen to all these eminent speakers and I learn so much every day, right? So I don't want to teach people. I come here to learn.
I know.
I'm a student.
But you have been teaching so many of us, right? To make us as a leader, to know the innovations, the changes, the climatical differences we would need to make. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
No, I want to thank everyone, because that is the job that they've given me. As a co-founder, this is my job, actually. You know what? No, I'll tell you something. What I'm trying to do is, what my strength is and what I want to bring in IIU, women, this Internet Council, everyone is taking it together. What I want to do is connect women from around the world, all amazing women, and they empower each other, every time. Like I said, there's so much to learn from each other, so much to build up with, so much to do together. And when you're doing together, every time I say 1 and 1, it's 11, isn't it? And then when women stand for women, come on, there's nothing better like that. You know what I mean? So women is the best friend of a woman, but a woman can be the worst enemy of a woman. So it's so important. And you know what? That we leave who takes the credit behind that. That thought should be just knocked out of the door, knocked out the window. You know what? Life is short. COVID has taught us a lot. Life is so short. Who knows, when we take life for granted, that I am here forever.
Exactly. The COVID has changed. The COVID has changed the perspective. Everyone, the regular plans have been failed, or everything has been collapsed. And now we are into an uncertain all these things have unshaped, and now we are aware about the climate. Now we know our mistakes which we have been making, doing since long time, and now we are about like, okay, we need to rectify that section too.
Definitely, our egos, when we thought we built this, a tiny particle, we don't even know whether to call it a virus or a bacteria or what it is. We don't even know
that's
at
not
the
even a
moment what
DNA,
it is.
right? Yeah.
It's just the whole world. I'm about to say, look at these masks, look at the fear. What is it? No idea what it is. How are we living? We're living on faith. God, keep me alive. Do you know what I mean? We don't know how safe you can be because you don't know where things come from. But what do we do every day? We do our prayers. Come on, God, I should live. You know why? I'm important. No, I'm just saying I'm important. What I'm saying is for every individual, you know what? They're important, their family. This is what I'm saying, right? For us, it could be us, our life. It could be one person. But for that family, it's their life. It's their world. Right. How do you change world? When we talk about world needs to change, my father used to say, no, you have to change. And I said, how do my dad, I used to say, I want to change the world. I want to be Mother Teresa. I became a nun for 10 years and I lived in temples. I used to serve. I was wearing saffron clothes. For 10 years, I did that. I did my studies through that. And I left home and I ran away. That was my life, right? This is exactly what I did. Because I wanted to do things. And then I said, I want to change the world. But then no. Right. My father said, no, when you change, all you have to do is you have to change and the whole world changes because everyone will do the same. So you're not here to teach anyone. You're not here to train anyone. You're not here to improve anyone. You are here just to be a better version of you the next day. That's all you have to do. Everything else is looked after. And God knows, I went to look for Lord and God everywhere. God knows. But what I found, I should have just listened to my parents. So you know what, we're fortunate that God's given us that gift, because God can't be everywhere. That is why he gives us parents, and most unconditional relationship you can ever have. Think about it. Mother, even now I'm 45 and my mother's like calling me every day. You eaten? She's mom, it's not my mom, any woman. How many roles do that? You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is people just love, smile, forget everything behind. No, we don't care. We just want to be together. We just want to contribute to each other. We just want to be a happy family, a loving, happy family. It doesn't matter if it's IIU or if it's Dev Chakar or if it's that brand or this brand or that name. They're just names after all. We come bare, we leave bare. We don't take nothing. Nothing. This is exactly what I've been talking to her. And my friend Kadla's laughing because it's exactly what I'm saying now. Because that is truth. That is life. Okay. So much to learn from everyone. And we love it. Like I said, we are so appreciative. Every day you give us time. We love it. We love it. We honestly love it. And you're trying to put our effort together to help. Okay. And that is very credible. Okay, thank you everyone for coming up. Thank you our co-founders, our lovely Mr. Piyush Pandit, Mona, Stephen. Thank you our trustee, Ms. Roshni Lalji. Thank you our lovely Nada, our Professor Charles, Prachi Kaur. Thank you, Pratibhaji. Thank you. See, everyone. Whenever when you don't name them, it's not happening without people working. It can't happen. So do you know what I mean? Everyone. From the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for everyone. And please join us every day. Okay, whenever we do our summits, please come in because we learn so much from you and we love you.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Dr. Satnamji. Thank you so much. And thank you. Now moving ahead, that was Satnamji. And now moving ahead with our conclusion. And now we are about to on closure. So we really had an awareness program today with the solar power awareness, universal call of action, school that can adopt projects and to reachable sustainable development, sea level, increased weather conditions, food risk preparing, agriculture aspects, then all the changes which have been done to climate change, turning of life and carpools and many more things. So thank you so much, everyone. And I hope you all enjoyed and at the same time learned a lot from these conversations. And we will be meeting soon back with some more inspiring and educating ideas and conferences. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and be happy and make a change to the climate. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
very much, ma'am.